Cheers! Welcome to MovieBitches! Episode 26. So tonight we're reviewing one of Scarlett Johansson's new movies.
Yeah.
Lucy. We've read some scathing reviews that were just like, it's one of the worst movies ever made. And so we had to go see it.
I mean, we had to.
Had to.
Yes.
And yet, I respectfully disagree.
I had a great time.
I had a great time in this movie.
Don't get me wrong, this movie is not good, but I had a blast watching it.
But isn't it? Like,
I mean, it is.
I don't know. This movie is bonkers banana pants.
Like, in every sense of those words.
Every sense.
Every single one.
Even bananas.
Oh, yeah.
Because there are monkeys in it.
There are monkeys in it. So, this movie's directed and written by Luc Besson, who I really genuinely like. Not for a while. It's been a hard road. I think, he's still maybe in the 90s, or wishes that he was. But he did movies like The Professional and the original La Femme Nikita and The Fifth Element. All awesome action movies.
If I could explain this movie.
Which you can't. It's transcendence, but fun.
Yep.
It's Tree of Life, but more comprehensive.
Yeah, and not quite as, boring, acid trippy.
Although there are dinosaurs.
There are dinosaurs. And lots of, time-lapse, cutaways.
There's no way there's dinosaurs in this Scarlett Johansson action movie. There are.
They found a way.
They show up.
Yep.
Because Luc Besson always has strong female leads who kick ass and have weird haircuts and fight the masses and that sort of thing.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So basically they knock her out and she wakes up with a big cut on her stomach.
Yep.
And they tell her, you've got a bag full of drugs in your lower tummy. They use that phrasing. It's upsetting.
Things go awry.
Yes.
And she gets kicked in the lower tummy, rupturing the bag and dispersing the drug very strongly into her bloodstream.
Oh, but then a third movie begins, which is The Exorcist.
Oh my god, right.
So the drugs start to go through her system. And all of a sudden, she can, levitate, and she's having seizures, and then she levitates to the ceiling, and then she gets electrocuted by the ceiling light that's, halogen. It's
Is that what happened?
It's like a fluorescent light.
I didn't realize that happened.
Yes.
I was still so confused, just thinking to myself, that's not science!
It's not.
It's
this
not
movie doesn't pretend like it is. This movie... Even though there is quite a bit of speech making by Morgan Freeman about his research, but it's always very much it's a theory.
Yes.
This is not a real movie.
Right.
This is not science.
Well, and that was it took me a little bit to really get that.
Yeah.
But once I did, I was so on board.
You were just on for the ride.
Well, because it was just this silly concept where it's what if we could do more.
Yeah, basically she turns into Superman.
Yeah.
Which is one of my issues with the movie. The reason every Superman movie is boring is because nothing can hurt him. So you're just well, when's he going to win? So for me, some of the action scenes were well, she's just going to knock them all unconscious. She's God, basically.
Yeah.
Spoilers, she's God. It's oh, you could have killed Lex Luthor, but you didn't, and now you have to have a showdown. I feel we need to talk about something that occurs mainly in the first 20 minutes. The opening scene, there's all these intercut animals where she's a gazelle and she'll be oh, I'm scared, and then they'll cut to a shot of a gazelle being oh, I'm scared, and then it'll cut to the Taiwanese guys being bum bum bum, we're coming to get you, and then it shows a cheetah bum bum bum, I'm coming to get you. This is really bad.
Also, now here's the thing. Mm-hmm. So spoiler alert. When she reaches partial transcendence, she gets to 90% of her brain capacity, and she starts to just swipe through time.
She happens to be sitting in a desk chair and she decides to take the desk chair with her through time. I feel that was just we don't have enough money to budget in not having her just sit in front of a green screen. I don't know what that choice was.
I don't know.
But it was bad.
Yeah.
Cuz then she's with dinosaurs and then there's an office chair.
Yep. So speaking of Exorcist, if you thought the first scene was bad, when they, like, give her these, like, IVs of all 4 of the drugs or whatever, right?
Oh, God.
Then she just, like, starts vomiting, like...
Light.
Just, like... It was crazy.
Yeah.
And it was so unnecessary and bizarre.
Well, it just looked stupid.
It looked really, like...
Basically, it looked dumb.
That was the moment in the movie where I laughed out loud the loudest.
I don't know if anyone else is thinking about this, but I'm really thinking about it. This movie is kind of the sequel to Her.
Yes.
Because, okay, so at the end of Her, she's a computer, and at the end of Her, she has learned everything, and she's gained all this knowledge, and she goes off.
No.
So, is it the opposite?
It's the prequel.
It's the prequel to Her.
She's everywhere. So then she starts her own operating system company that, like, is personalized for people.
Blown.
And then she is Her. Totally do a double feature. Watch this.
Watch this.
Then watch Her.
Then watch Her. Draw your similarities.
Yep.
Write it up. Write a thesis about it.
Yeah.
And then send it to Morgan Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I would watch this movie.
I would.
If you go into it to have a fun time.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Have a bottle of wine.
Have a bottle of wine. It's silly. It's fun.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.